The red fire filled the sky as giant alien ships attacked Earth from space. Commander Jinwoo Park stood at the window of the moon base, watching his home planet burn. The alien ships called themselves the Vortak Empire, and they were destroying everything. "Commander Park," shouted Lieutenant Min-Ah Kim from her computer. "I'm getting messages from the underground bases on Earth." Jinwoo ran to her station. On the screen he could see the terrible sight. Seoul was gone. Tokyo was gone. New York City had disappeared in a bright flash of light. The aliens were using their most powerful weapons to kill everyone on Earth. The Vortak had been watching humans for many years. They thought humans were weak and stupid. But they also thought humans might become dangerous in the future. So they decided to kill all humans before that could happen. They called it their cleaning day. But the Vortak made one big mistake. They didn't know that humans always prepare for bad things to happen. Far below the ground, under the Rocky Mountains in America, Dr. Hyun-Soo Lee was closing the heavy metal doors of a secret base. This base was called Research Facility Alpha 7. It had been built long ago when countries on Earth were afraid of each other. Around Dr. Lee, 300 people were hiding in the underground rooms. There were smart scientists, brave soldiers, and regular people who had been lucky enough to get inside before the attack started. "Listen everyone," Dr. Lee said in a loud voice. "The machines up top show that terrible things are happening on the surface. But we are still alive down here. And as long as we are alive, we can hope for better days." The people in the bunker were scared, but they listened to Dr. Lee. Some were crying. Others were angry. Many were thinking about their families who might be dead. On the moon, Jinwoo and Min-Ah kept listening to the radio messages. They heard voices from other hidden bases around the world. There was a base under a mountain in Canada. Another one was hidden under the ice in Antarctica. Some people were alive in underground cities that had been built for mining. "Sir," Min-Ah said quietly, "I'm counting at least 12 different bases that are still working. Maybe more people are alive than we thought." Jinwoo felt a little bit of hope in his heart. The aliens thought they had killed everyone, but humans were good at hiding and staying alive. Up in space, the big alien ships were finishing their attack. The Vortak soldiers were happy with their work. Their leader, a tall alien with gray skin and yellow eyes, looked at the reports from his computers. "The human problem has been solved," he said to his officers. "Our sensors show no big groups of life on the planet. The mission is complete." The alien ships turned around and flew away to attack other planets. They thought Earth was now empty and dead. But down in the bunkers, humans were already making plans. Dr. Lee gathered his best scientists in a small room. "We need to figure out what happened and how we can fight back," he said. "Those aliens left some of their broken ships on the ground. We need to study them." In the Canadian bunker, Colonel Taemin Shin was talking to his soldiers. "We're not going to hide forever," he said. "We're going to make those aliens pay for what they did." On the moon base, Jinwoo was working with Min-Ah to contact all the surviving humans. "We need to work together," he told everyone on the radio. "We're not just trying to stay alive anymore. We're going to get revenge." The aliens had made a terrible mistake. They thought killing most humans would make the rest weak and scared. But it did the opposite. The humans who were still alive became very angry and very dangerous. In her small room in the underground base, a young engineer named Soo-Jin Hong was looking at pictures of the alien weapons on her computer. She had always been good at building things and fixing machines. Now she was thinking about how to build weapons that could destroy alien ships. "I think I can make their own technology work against them," she told Dr. Lee. "Humans are good at taking things apart and putting them back together in new ways." As the days passed, the surviving humans started to organize. They shared information between the different bunkers. They made plans to gather the broken alien technology. Most importantly, they promised each other that they would never give up. The Vortak thought they had won an easy victory. They believed the human species was finished forever. But they didn't understand something important about humans. When you try to destroy all humans, the ones who survive become something much more dangerous than what you started with. They become people who have nothing left to lose and everything to fight for. The aliens had wanted to prevent humans from becoming a threat in the future. Instead, they had created the biggest threat the galaxy had ever seen. The surviving humans were no longer just trying to live peaceful lives. Now they had only one goal: to hunt down every single alien who had tried to kill them. The war was just beginning, and the Vortak had no idea what was coming for them. 6 months had passed since the terrible day when the aliens tried to kill all humans. Now, people who had been hiding in different places around the solar system were finally talking to each other again. Captain Dong-Min Choi had been living on Mars when the attack happened. He was working at a big mining station there with many other people. When the alien ships attacked Earth, Dongmin and his team were safe because they were so far away. Now he had 2,000 people with him on the Red Planet. "We need to contact Earth," Dongmin told his people every day. "We need to find out who else is still alive." Far away on Europa, one of Jupiter's moons, engineer So Young-han was taking care of 400 survivors at a research station. She was very smart with machines and computers. She had kept the station running even when things got very difficult. "The power systems are working," So Young reported to her team. "We have enough food and water for 2 more years. But we can't hide forever." Then one day something amazing happened. A strong radio signal came from Earth. Everyone stopped what they were doing to listen. "This is Admiral Ji-hoon Kim calling all human survivors," the voice said. "Can anyone hear me? We are not dead. We are not giving up. We are just getting ready to fight back." People in bunkers all over the solar system started crying with happiness. They were not alone. Admiral Kim was speaking from a secret military base hidden deep under a mountain in Alaska. "We have been working hard for 6 months," Admiral Kim continued. "We have learned many things about our enemies. It is time to come together and make plans." Dr. Hyun-Soo Lee was very excited about what his team had discovered. They had been studying the broken alien ships that had crashed on Earth. Day and night they took apart the alien machines to see how they worked. "I have good news," Dr. Lee told everyone during their first big meeting over the radio. "The alien weapons use a special kind of energy. We can make the same kind of energy now. We can build weapons just like theirs." But that wasn't the best part. Dr. Lee had found something even more important. "Their spaceships have a big problem," he explained. "The outside part of their ships is very strong, but it has a weakness. If we change our nuclear bombs in the right way, we can break through their ship walls easily." Young-hee Park had been an engineer who designed spaceships before the war. She had spent months looking at pictures and pieces of the alien ships. She had a very important discovery too. "The aliens are very smart," Young-hee said. "But they make everything the same way every time. They don't like to change their designs. They think their way is perfect and never needs to be different." She showed everyone drawings of the alien ships. "Look at this. Every ship has the same weak spots in the same places. They never try new ideas. This makes them easy to attack if we know where to hit them. But humans are different," Young-hee continued. "We always try new things. We change our plans when something doesn't work. We are good at solving problems in ways no one expects." Captain Dongmin on Mars was listening carefully. "So you're saying we can beat them because we think differently than they do?" "Exactly," said Young-hee. "They destroyed our cities, but they made us into something more dangerous than we were before." Admiral Kim had been quiet while everyone shared their discoveries. Now he spoke again and his voice was strong and angry. "6 months ago the aliens thought they could erase us like we never existed," he said. "They killed billions of our people. They destroyed our beautiful cities. They thought we would just disappear." Everyone listened carefully. They could hear the pain in his voice but also something else. They could hear that he was ready to fight. "But we are still here," Admiral Kim continued. "We are hurt but we are not broken. We have learned their secrets. We have built new weapons. And now we are going to show them what happens when you try to destroy humanity." So Young-han spoke up from Europa. "What do you want us to do, Admiral?" "We are creating something new," Admiral Kim announced. "We are calling it the Human Resistance Coalition. Every surviving human, everywhere in the solar system, will work together. We will have one goal." "What goal is that?" asked Captain Dongmin from Mars. Admiral Kim's answer was simple and clear. "They tried to erase us from existence. Now we return the favor." Dr. Lee smiled for the first time in months. "We have the technology. We have the weapons. We have the knowledge. And we have something they don't have," added Young-hee Park. "We have the will to do whatever it takes to win." All across the solar system, in bunkers and space stations and hidden bases, humans were nodding their heads. They were no longer just trying to survive. They were no longer hiding and hoping the aliens would leave them alone. They were becoming hunters. And their prey was every alien who had participated in the attack on Earth. The Vortak Empire had created their own worst nightmare, a species with nothing left to lose and the technology to make them pay. 3 years had passed since the humans started working together. For 3 long years they had been building, planning, and preparing for this moment. Now they were finally ready to strike back. Captain Dongmin Choi stood on the bridge of humanity's first real warship. It was called the Revenge, and it was unlike anything that had ever been built before. The ship looked sleek and dangerous like a metal shark swimming through space. "Sir, we're ready to jump," said his navigator. "All systems are working perfectly. The Revenge was special because it could travel faster than light. The humans had learned this technology by studying the broken alien ships. But they had made it better. They had made it their own. Begin Operation Ghost Strike, Captain Dongmin ordered. Let's show these aliens what humans can do. The ship disappeared into faster-than-light travel, heading toward a planet called Kepler 442b. The aliens had a big base there. They used it to store weapons and supplies for their army. The aliens on the base had no idea what was coming for them. They thought all humans were dead. Their computers and sensors couldn't even see the human ship coming because the humans were using invisible technology they had stolen from the aliens themselves. When the sun started to rise on Kepler 442b, the attack began. Human fighters came out of nowhere, appearing like ghosts in the sky. They moved fast and struck hard. The alien guards didn't even have time to sound the alarm before the human weapons started destroying everything. "What is happening?" screamed the alien base commander into his radio. "Where are these ships coming from?" But there was no answer. Within 4 hours the entire alien base was nothing but ash and smoke. Every building was destroyed. Every weapon was melted. Every alien on the base was dead. And then, just as quickly as they had appeared, the human ships vanished. They jumped back into faster-than-light travel and disappeared into the darkness of space. Far away on the alien homeworlds, High Commander Vorthok was looking at the battle recordings. His yellow eyes were wide with shock and fear. "This is impossible," he hissed, his voice shaking. "The human species was eliminated. Our scans confirmed it. There should be no humans left alive." But the reports kept coming in. Alien supply ships were disappearing while traveling between planets. Research stations were going silent and never answering their radios again. Mining operations were being abandoned because all the workers had vanished or been killed. Lieutenant Min-Ah Kim, who had once been a scared young officer on the moon base, was now one of humanity's best intelligence officers. She sat in a secret room reading intercepted alien messages and she was smiling. "Listen to this," she told her team, reading from the alien communications. "The aliens are calling us the Ghost Killers. They're saying we can appear and disappear like spirits." Her smile grew bigger. "They're panicking. The mighty Vorthak Empire is afraid of ghosts." The second wave of attacks was even more frightening for the aliens. Captain So Young Han, who had once been just an engineer on Europa, now commanded her own attack squadron. She had become very good at finding the weak spots in alien defenses. "Target the power generators first," she told her pilots. "Then hit the communication towers. We want them to die in the dark and in silence." Her attacks were so precise and deadly that the aliens started calling her the Silent Death. Her ships would appear without warning, destroy exactly what they wanted to destroy, and vanish before the aliens could fight back. The aliens had expected to fight against primitive humans with simple weapons. Instead, they found themselves being hunted by an enemy that was smarter, faster, and more dangerous than anything they had ever faced. "How are they doing this?" asked an alien general during an emergency meeting. "How are they using our own technology against us?" "They are adapting," said another alien officer, his voice full of fear. "They take our weapons and make them better. They study our ships and find ways to destroy them. They learn from every battle." The alien commanders were starting to understand that they had made a terrible mistake 3 years ago. They thought destroying Earth would make humans weak. Instead, it had made them into the perfect predators. Every time the aliens tried to set a trap for the humans found a way around it. Every time the aliens built stronger defenses, the humans found new ways to break through them. "They fight like no species we have ever encountered," reported an alien scout. "They do not follow the rules of war. They strike without warning and show no mercy." What scared the aliens most was that they never knew where the humans would attack next. The human ships could appear anywhere, anytime. They could destroy an entire alien base and be gone before help could arrive. Captain Dongmin smiled as he read the latest intelligence reports. "They're afraid to leave their home planets now," he told his crew. "They're pulling back their forces and hiding behind their strongest defenses." "Good," said Lieutenant Min-Ah over the radio from the intelligence station. "Let them hide. Let them be afraid. We have all the time in the universe to hunt them down, one by one." The hunt had begun and the humans were very good hunters. Everything changed the day Dr. Hyun-Soo Lee found the alien computer files. His team had been working day and night to translate the alien language, and what they discovered made everyone sick with anger. "Admiral Kim," Dr. Lee called over the radio, his voice shaking. "You need to hear this right now." Admiral Ji-hoon Kim was in his command center when the terrible news came. Dr. Lee had broken into the alien archives, their secret computer files that contained all their history and records. "What did you find, Doctor?" Admiral Kim asked. "Earth wasn't the first world they destroyed," Dr. Lee said, and everyone in the room went quiet. "I found records of 17 different planets. 17 different species. They killed them all just like they tried to kill us." The room was silent for a long moment. Then Admiral Kim's voice came back and it was cold as ice. 17 worlds, he repeated slowly. 17 entire species murdered. Dr. Lee continued reading from the alien files. They called it their cleaning program. They would watch a species grow and develop. Then, when they decided that species might become dangerous in the future, they would destroy everyone. "How long have they been doing this?" asked Admiral Kim. 1,000 years, Dr. Lee answered. For 1,000 years they have been traveling around the galaxy, murdering entire civilizations before they could grow strong enough to fight back. Admiral Kim was quiet for a long time. When he finally spoke, his words changed everything. "No more hiding," he announced to all human forces across the galaxy. "No more small attacks. No more mercy. We end them. We end them all." The first big battle happened at Vortak Prime Colony, one of their most important worlds. This wasn't going to be a quick strike like before. This was going to be a real war. General Young-hee Park, who used to be an engineer, now commanded thousands of human soldiers. She stood in the transport ship looking down at the alien planet below. "Remember what they did to Earth," she told her troops. "Remember the 17 worlds they destroyed. Today we start paying them back." Captain Dongmin Choi commanded the space fleet above the planet. His ships were bigger now, stronger, and there were many more of them. The humans had been building warships for 3 years, and now they had a real navy. "Begin orbital bombardment," Captain Dongmin ordered. "Target their military bases, their weapon factories, and their command centers." The battle lasted 6 days. The aliens had never faced an attack like this before. The humans came from the sky and from the ground at the same time. They used weapons the aliens had never seen. They fought with anger and determination that terrified the alien soldiers. The most important weapon came from engineer Min-Ah Kim, who had once been just a lieutenant on the moon base. She had invented something called quantum disruption technology. "Watch this," she told Admiral Kim as she demonstrated her new weapon. The weapon fired a beam of energy at an alien ship. The ship's shields, which were supposed to protect it, simply disappeared. "How does it work?" asked Admiral Kim. "The aliens make their shields the same way every time," Min-Ah explained. "They think their design is perfect so they never change it. My weapon is designed to break that exact type of shield. It cuts through their defenses like they aren't even there. Their own perfection is their weakness," she continued. "They never had to adapt because no one has ever really fought back against them before. But we humans are good at changing and adapting. That's how we survived on Earth for millions of years." After the Battle of Vortak Prime Colony, the real war began. Human fleets attacked alien worlds one after another. Each battle was easier than the last because the aliens couldn't change their tactics fast enough. The alien military was built like a pyramid, with officers giving orders to soldiers who never questioned anything. But human forces were different. Every human soldier could think for themselves and make decisions quickly. "They can't handle our way of fighting," reported General Young-hee after another victory. "When we do something unexpected, it takes them too long to figure out how to respond." World after world fell to the human forces. The aliens had built their empire over thousands of years, but the humans were tearing it apart in less than 2 years. The few alien generals who survived the battle started sending scared messages to each other. "The humans are not like the other species we destroyed," one alien general wrote. "They do not just fight to defend themselves. They fight to destroy us completely." Another alien message said, "They have become something worse than we ever imagined. They are like reapers who harvest entire civilizations. We created the monster we were trying to prevent." The aliens had thought they were protecting the galaxy by destroying species before they became dangerous. But they had made a terrible mistake with humanity. Instead of destroying the human species, they had turned the survivors into the most dangerous force the galaxy had ever seen. Captain Dongmin stood on the bridge of his flagship, looking at the latest battle reports. 12 more alien worlds had fallen to human forces in just 1 month. "They're running out of places to hide," he told his crew. "Soon we'll reach their home world. And then this will all be over." The humans had become exactly what the aliens feared most, a species capable of destroying entire civilizations. But unlike the aliens, the humans had a good reason for their war. The final battle began when Admiral Ji-hoon Kim's enormous fleet appeared in the sky above the alien home world. There were so many human ships that they blocked out the stars. This was the moment everyone had been waiting for, the end of the war. "Surround the planet," Admiral Kim ordered his captains. "No alien ship gets in or out. Today we finish what they started 10 years ago." The siege lasted exactly 96 hours, 4 days and 4 nights of constant fighting. General So Young-han led the ground forces as they landed on the alien planet and began destroying everything the aliens had built to protect themselves. "Take out their weapon systems first," General So Young commanded her soldiers. "Then destroy their communication towers. I want them to know they have no hope left." The human soldiers moved through the alien cities like a deadly storm. They had better weapons, better tactics, and most importantly, they had something the aliens didn't have: pure determination to win no matter what. In the biggest building on the alien planet, Supreme Leader Vorthmag sat in his command chair, watching his world being destroyed. He was the most powerful alien in their empire, but now he looked like a scared old creature. "Sir," said one of his officers, "the humans are not accepting our surrender requests. They're not taking prisoners. They're just killing everyone." Vorthmag closed his eyes. He finally understood what his people had done wrong. "We gave them no mercy 10 years ago," he said quietly. "Now they give us none." The aliens had tried to surrender many times during the siege, but the humans ignored every white flag, every peace offer, every plea for mercy. The human message was clear: this would only end when every alien was dead, just like they had planned for humanity. Dr. Hyun-Soo Lee walked through the burning ruins of the alien capital city. Buildings were falling down around him and smoke filled the air. Next to him walked Captain Min-ah Kim, who had grown from a scared young officer into one of humanity's greatest leaders. "It's almost over," Captain Min-ah said, looking at the destruction around them. Dr. Lee nodded. "You know, they spent decades studying us before they attacked Earth. They learned about our wars, our technology, our weaknesses. They thought they knew everything about humans." "But they were wrong?" Min-ah asked. "Completely wrong," Dr. Lee replied. "They catalogued our divisions, how humans fought each other. They studied our primitive weapons and laughed at how weak we were. They saw all our problems and mistakes." He stopped walking and looked at the burning alien buildings. "But they never understood our greatest strength." "What strength is that?" Minna asked, though she thought she knew the answer. "When you try to kill all humans," Dr. Lee said slowly, "the ones who survive become something much more dangerous than what you tried to destroy. We become united. We become focused. We become unstoppable." Across the galaxy, human forces were intercepting the final alien radio transmissions. The last alien generals were sending desperate messages to anyone who would listen. The most important message came from the alien home world, broadcast just hours before the planet fell completely to human forces. "This is our final transmission," the alien voice said. "To any species listening across the galaxy, we have a warning for you. We were wrong about the humans. We thought we were destroying a weak, primitive species. Instead, we failed to kill them all, and in our failure we created something terrible." The alien voice was shaking with fear. "We didn't just fail to exterminate the humans. We forged them into the apex predators of the galaxy. They are no longer the divided, peaceful species we once observed. They are now hunters who will not stop until their prey is extinct." The transmission continued. "We tried to prevent them from becoming dangerous in the future. Instead, we made them dangerous right now. They remember everything. They learn from everything. And they forgive nothing." The final words of the alien transmission were heard by species across many star systems. "May whatever gods exist have mercy on the universe, because the humans will show none." Then the transmission ended forever. Captain Dongmin Choi stood on the bridge of his flagship, watching the last alien city burn on the planet below. His officers were celebrating, but he felt no joy. Only a tired satisfaction that justice had finally been served. "Sir," reported his communications officer, "we're receiving confirmation from all sectors. The alien homeworld has fallen. There are no surviving alien military forces anywhere in the galaxy. 10 years had passed since the aliens tried to destroy humanity on that terrible day. 10 years of war, 10 years of hunting, 10 years of revenge. Now it was over. The Vorthak Empire, which had existed for thousands of years and had destroyed 17 different civilizations, was extinct. Every alien world had fallen. Every alien ship had been destroyed. Every alien soldier had been killed. The survivors of Earth had become the hunters, and they had hunted their prey until there was nothing left to hunt." Dr. Lee looked up at the darkening sky as the last alien building collapsed behind him. In the ashes of two civilizations, one that had tried to commit genocide and one that had survived it, only one truth remained clear. Never try to erase humanity. Because humans remember everything. They adapt to anything. And they never, ever forgive those who try to destroy them. The war was over. Humanity had won.